behind the scenes. It's the BTS. Grab a cuppa first. Also, if you're confused by this intro, this isn't the beginning of the video. Literally about to start filming now. Fresh trim. How are we feeling? How are we looking? Is it a vibe? Can we rock it? We shall see. Yeah, it's so true. It's so true. Whenever you get a new haircut for women, like change the style, change the color, do whatever you want, you honestly feel like a whole different person. And I do. And I'm ready to... Don't know what that is, but yeah, we're gonna go with it. I hope you guys like the background. You've definitely noticed every single video I'm doing, I'm switching up the background, or I'm just trying to figure out what's my style, what type of vibe I want to go for. But so far I think this is my favorite, other than having the Christmas tree in my first video, but obviously can't have that all year round. So yeah, with that said, let's actually get on to the video. I will see you guys shortly. Hello everyone, it's SUHASHANI here and welcome back to my channel. I hope you're good, I hope you're well and that life is bliss. So as you can tell from the title of today's video, we are doing a poem. We are coming back to our roots. We are resetting. And I need to disclaim, this isn't a freshly written piece. It's actually been a while since I wrote this one, but I think it's really nice because it just serves as a reminder for anyone who needs it, and it's just nice to reconnect or rejuvenate or to just reset with this one, especially at the start of the year, with the whole first month of January being dragged out, and now it's finally the beginning of February. So if you feel like you're not aligned with your goals, if you feel like you haven't had the best start of the year, I'm hoping this will just serve as a really positive reminder for you. And with that said, let's get started. We fight demons. You are the candle in darkness, a warm fire amongst cold waters. You are the weapon against demons, a roadmap navigating deceitful paths. You are the shield for your own self. You can heal in ways you are unable to before. So that is the poem, We Fight Demons. Now what I'm going to do is I'm just going to put a screenshot / screen recording here, and I'm going to go through and read the caption that I written at the time of when I posted the poem, and feel free to follow me on Instagram if you haven't already. This piece offers a reminder to those that need it. You carry yourself with everything that has happened up until this point. In those quiet moments and in those times of vulnerability, it is you who steps forward, and it is you who breaks away from your old self. Yes, time heals wounds, but it is you who picks yourself up with every experience. It is you who wipes your tears and made the choice to smile. It is you who faces the battle. Turn around and see how many demons you have fought, and turn back knowing you are and always have been undefeated. And then I put a gaming caption, player one, ready. You know, when they're like... We Fight Demons is about fighting your demons, and I think at the time I genuinely took inspiration from the general quote of always being kind to anyone that you come across, or small act of kindness goes a long way for someone else, and just bringing so much kindness or as much as you can into the world, because the world needs it, people need it, us as humans, we need it. And the reason why is because you generally don't know what someone is going through, and no matter how much they come across positive, no matter how much they're just portraying an outward self, at some point everyone is fighting their own demons or a battle, and it just doesn't cost to be kind. It really doesn't. It's free. And that's kind of where the internal message comes from with We Fight Demons. The internal thing is a lot more about you and you fighting your own demons, and the outward message is, as you're reflecting on your own demons, know that there is a person sitting right next to you, a stranger, who's also fighting their fair share of battles and their own set of demons. So we all are going through that, and that's why it just goes a long way to be kind. So I think that's the general message of this piece. But if I was to focus more on us in terms of the reader and what we can take away, it's it's the idea that when you're going through something so tough, or feeling like it's just the end of the world, or feeling as though you just don't know what to do, and it's a really difficult obstacle or challenge to overcome, or a way of life to be, We Fight Demons is a message that, well, if you turn back and look at everything you've gone through up until this point in time to get to where you are, or to be how you are as a person, you really got to turn back and acknowledge, okay, like how much you have overcome to get to that certain point. And also, like, everyone gets their own set of cards, so everyone's going to be facing different demons, different battles. But you know, if you're at the age, or kind of in my age group of like 25 plus, 29, 30s, you would have gone through your fair share of battles and of learning about life, going through university, education, high school, whatever it is. So, or working, you know, you would have gone through quite a lot of battles to get to this point, and you're still here, and you're still surviving. You're still stronger than ever. You still have the strength to go through everything you've gone through up to this point that has defined you as a person to this day. You can continue on, and that's the hope that, as a poet, I'm trying to give to the reader, is that you are the candle in the darkness, you are the warmth in cold waters, you are the map against deceitful paths when you feel like you're questioning people's actions, or how they're interacting with you, or feeling like someone's ill-advising you, you know, or bad friend who's putting on a facade. So that's the general message of this whole thing. And if I was to go line by line, what I wanted to kind of bring the reader back to, or draw attention to, is, okay, like, there are these negatives like darkness, coldness, feeling like you're lost in the forest, and feeling like you can't heal. But in conjunction to that negativity, the positive is that you are the candle, you are the fire, you are the map, and you have healed so many times before. You can heal again, and that's because you are your own shield. It is a play on with the quote, you know, time heals all wounds. And I really am a believer in that. Time generally does heal all wounds, but I think what a lot of people forget is, yes, it's time, but to get to that point, it's also you. So it's you working with time to heal collectively, you know. And that's what I wanted to pay attention. And that's what I really love also about this one that I wrote, is because it's such a subtle, sweet, not overpowering message, very simple. And I think me as a person, I like to think I am on the simpler side of things, I guess. And with my poetry, I think it very much is a quotation line by line, or very simple structure with a hidden message behind it. And that's probably my writing style with my poems. So I really love We Fight Demons because that's exactly what I wanted to do. You know, I didn't want to go in crazy with vocabulary, I didn't want to go crazy with imagery. I really wanted to keep it nice and simple, and just show the opposites to each line, but also at the same time that the reader, whoever is reading this poem, they are the antidote for themselves. They are the medicine, you know, they are the cure. Healing is a process. It's not easy. It's not easy to heal, and there are so many times in life that you just think, you know, why me? This is really unfair. Why now? And the one thing that I've learned is c'est la vie, you know, it's life, and how you kind of carry yourself, what you learn, how you become better, and focusing a lot more on your growth will really help with, you know, healing and going through your inner challenges. And honestly, constantly, I have felt constantly throughout my childhood, being a teenager, a young adult, going through university, coming out as a graduate, and then going into the working world, and then now I'm at the point of going into my 30s. I have constantly felt like I'm just fighting battles. And, you know, probably 80% of them is literally me just overthinking and really just going in my own head and my own thoughts. but the 20% is genuine stuff that I needed to work through, or I needed to go through, and I needed to just fight my own battles and fight my inner demons that you just can't sometimes necessarily explain to other people. And sometimes, as much as you have an amazing support network and you've got really good friends and family, you know, a lot of these demons, it really is difficult to also speak up on them, or like to say this is exactly what's going on in my mind. But that also helps with the healing process, is talking to your loved ones and being vulnerable in that moment, and having that open communication to talk through what is exactly in your mind, so that you can start getting over things, you can start healing, and you can just really unleash all of those demons. Candles signify hope and peace. That's the feeling that I feel when I generally light a candle, and warmth obviously, and just the smell is insane. But I think the deeper meaning that I take away from just having a candle is its hope and its warmth physically brights up a dark space. If you feel like you're in a dark space, or you're mentally just not there, your headspace is just not great, and it's really hard to get over those dark days, you are the candle. So you are the only one who can get yourself out of that darkness, and that's the hope. I wanted to go in straight away with a line of hope for the reader, and just be like, look, this is exactly what this piece is going to be about. No messing about, you know, you're a demon slayer at this point, so this is nothing, you know. Second line is playing with that same imagery. I went in with a warm fire amongst cold waters, and it's the same thing. Any difficulty, any hardship, any challenge, any obstacle, I'm defining these as darkness, as coldness, demons, deceitful, all of these negative terms. And then the opposite, in conjunction to fighting the negativity, is positivity. Like I said, the candle, a warm fire, you being the weapon, etc. And then to continue on that theme, I went in by saying you are the weapon against demons, and you really are. And I know it seems so self-explanatory or really evident or right in your face, but I think, especially as someone who's gone through like a lot of difficult challenges or obstacles, you know, when you do get in your own head, it's really hard to unravel and get out of that. And it's not necessarily easy, as it says, to get out of things, you know, mentally, or like whatever you're going through physically in your challenges in life. So yeah, it's a plain fact. You are a weapon against demons, so use you to fight these demons. You know, don't back down, don't give up, don't lose hope, don't spiral out of control. You know, you have everything in your power to face whatever you're going through. You have everything that you need, your skill set to accomplish something. You just need to fight against this certain demon that you're battling. Again, continuing with the imagery, I went in with a roadmap navigating deceitful paths, and I really like that line, because especially when you're going through friendships or you're going through relationships, being the roadmap and having that navigation, you know, that's when you're really trusting yourself in your judgment of people, certain relationships that you might get into, whether it's good for you, whether it's not good for you. You really are navigating that as a person, and trusting your instinct and trusting your judgment is something that I wanted to highlight in this, because you are the only person who knows you the best. As much as anyone around you can know you really well, you are generally the only person who knows exactly what's going through your mind, what's going through your eyes, what you're seeing things from your perspective, and how you're feeling, and your genuine thoughts. Then I go in with you are the shield for your own self, and again it's just reiterating the above line, in terms of you are your own protector, and having that certainty and assurance that you can, and confidence that you can deal with whatever is coming your way, because you are your shield. You are the best person to get through things. And then I really like the last two lines, because it ties in everything that I'm saying. And I write, you can heal in ways you are unable to before. And it was almost liberating just writing something like that, because it's stating the obvious. You know, you've gone through so many things, you have healed on several occasions, and now you're at this point where if you feel like something, you just can't get over it, you can, and you can do it in ways that you were unable to before, because of everything you've gone through and how much you've grown in the process, and what a journey it's been. So yeah, that is We Fight Demons, and that's all I can say specifically about the actual poem. I know it's a very short, sweet one, but I also don't want to elaborate when there really isn't any need. And I think this message is quite clear with the piece and the words. But yeah, I love this poem. I think obviously every poem has some sort of a sentiment when I write it, but my genuine intention is for it to have some sort of positive impact or hope or peace or a solution or an answer or a sign for anyone who's reading my poems and my poetry or watching my poetry videos. And that's the most important, precious thing for me. I think as a writer slash poet, it's being able to translate your message across well, and for it to be received well as well. It's an amazing feeling. And yeah, that's my hope, is to create more poems to promote positivity and having a genuine positive impact in the world, or people who are reading it. So yeah, I hope this is one for the books for you. Feel free to again follow me on Instagram if you don't already, because I do regularly post new, old poems on my poetry page, and my Instagram is literally dedicated to poems, but I have filler images with regards to my personal life. But yeah, it's just my another creative output slash space on top of YouTube. But yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed this one, and that's about it from me. That concludes today's video. I hope you guys enjoyed this one. I know it's very brief, and yeah, I will look to write more lengthier poems. I think that's one of the things that I want to do, is to write more detailed poems. But I also think, I don't know, I can't remember, well, it depends on how I edit this, but my poetry style is very kind of subtle, short, line by line, quotey style, and not formal poetry in terms of rhyming. So yeah, one of the key things I want to improve in my writing and with my poems is to write a lot more lengthier, in-depth poems. But this is my style at the moment, so with my poetry videos they can be a little bit short. But yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed this one, and I will see you in my next one. Bye.